What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorean here. Welcome back to a brand new video. And today what I want to talk about is a big announcement that just happened for The Walking Dead. So as you guys know, in my last video, I pretty much touched on the fact that the Walking Dead Twitter, official Walking Dead Twitter account on, Twitter, of course, tweeted out this, thing saying, tomorrow with wide eyes, and everyone was, going nuts thinking that was going to be, the release date for the season 10 finale, or just some big update and anything, just something big for the show. But that is, in fact, not what we got, but what we got was even, or not even, but equally as big. So pretty much just to get out of the way of what the announcement was, it was pretty much, let me read off what it says in the tweet right here. Breaking: Negan's fate will be revealed in a special one-off Walking Dead comic coming July 1st from Robert Kirkman and Charlie Adlin, I think his name is. But pretty much, yes, we're getting a whole nother comic. Now keep in mind, this is the first thing that I want to touch on, is that it is a one-off, meaning that this will only be one issue and everything, which isn't really much of an issue, since of course it means we're just getting a new comic in general for the Walking Dead universe in the same kind of story with a character that we all love, such as, or mainly Negan, which everyone loves Negan. I mean, besides Glenn, but let's pretty much go over this announcement, everything, and break down this image and just pretty much everything about it. So Negan's fate will be revealed in a special one-off, yet again, one issue and everything for this whole thing. But Negan's fate, so pretty much what this means is I've been hearing that it will take place after issue 174, the last time we saw Negan, or it will take place after issue 193, which is the last issue in the Walking Dead, comic universe. But I'm not really sure, since I've been hearing a lot of differing, I guess, not leaks, but differing things of, when it will take place, right after issue 174, or right after issue 193, which I'd feel like I'd like more of issue 193, because I would like to know what happens after. And I wonder if, Negan's fate means, will he die, or just what will, I guess, be a good send-off to him, because we didn't really get much of a send-off. I guess him leaving issue 174 was a pretty good send-off, in the sense of, he burned his past and everything, with Lucille being gone and just all of that. But I wonder what it'll mean by Negan's fate and everything. Will he die? Will he finally find some peace? Yeah, it's really hard to break down in that sense, besides only assuming that maybe he'll die. I don't know, because he already had closure in 174, so I don't know, but more on kind of what I think might actually happen later on. But you have one-off, meaning one issue, and July 1st, which is not that far away, which is just, it's pretty cool and everything. And also, this is kind of from another tweet that I saw, is that 100% of the proceeds from this, the sales for this, will go to comic shops, since of course they're not getting much business and everything, because of course, the virus and everything, blah blah blah. But I thought this was really cool and everything, since obviously, the comic shops need, help and everything, yet again, since they're not getting too many, people coming in, since, social distancing. So I think this is an amazing way to support the, local comic shops. So make sure to definitely pick up this, copy if you're a fan of The Walking Dead. Which, if you're watching this video, then you clearly are, so definitely make sure to pick it up, since it's an amazing and cool novelty to add to your collection. Also, this is something that I kind of want to add in here and everything. If you don't get it day one, don't worry, you'll obviously be able to pick it up, eventually. You don't have to actually go on, eBay and force away your fucking house just to buy an issue of The Walking Dead. And also, this will be a comic shop exclusive, at least until, obviously, it gets sold on eBay or some other online places, which I've already, texted all my local comic shops to see which one I could get at, get a copy held and reserved for me, or if I could pre-order. And lucky enough, I have some really cool local comic shops near me, which I won't go into how much I honestly love comic shops. I think it's because of the amazing people that work there, especially in my local ones, and I'm pretty sure everyone has amazing local ones. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get my hands on a copy real soon, or at least as soon as they come out or anything, if I can get a copy held for me, which I will, because fucking comic shops, awesome people. But let's get to breaking down the cover of this, which is just in general fucking awesome badass cover. So pretty much let's go to the title, which is Negan Lives, meaning obviously kind of letting us all know after issue 193 or issue 174, whichever one leaves off from it or anything, or goes off from, is that Negan didn't fucking die, which is pretty cool and everything. Because obviously after issue 174, we never saw him again. And after issue 193, we kind of got a bit of information about him, like, you know, what he's been up to. But we never really got much detail or really to see him at all. We kind of just saw him in front of his house and everything. We kind of saw him kneeling in front of Lucille's grave and everything, which is pretty cool. But we never really got to see Negan or what his fate was. But a cool little detail that they put in the title right here is Lucille in the G, which I thought was a very cool, like, you know, detail and everything. I really like it. And the title in general is just fucking cool. And if we go down a little bit, we do see Negan himself, which honestly, he doesn't have a different look, or maybe he has a different look. I'm not sure, but I just love how he looks in here because he looks very different, I guess, maybe. I don't know, in general, I think it's just looks really cool. And I think he has on a leather jacket he has on his hand right here. He has blood all over him, possibly from killing a walker, maybe getting killed himself. I'm not sure, but I more so think it's from a walker. And I don't think this really means anything, but he does look a bit gray, maybe like a walker would be. Like, he looks pretty pale, but it's awesome to see him like grinning and smiling and everything, and just the blood in general. Just everything about this cover is fucking awesome. Now, what do I personally think will happen in this issue? Kind of a prediction, early prediction or anything. Well, while I don't know what will really happen in the issue in general, like, I don't have an idea. I do have an idea on maybe how it could end, or maybe, honestly, maybe this could, like, you know, go into how the issue goes in general. But maybe Negan tries to go back to the civilization of, like, you know, the Commonwealth, Alexandria, you know, Hilltop, the Kingdom, and maybe he actually meets with Carl and everything. Maybe he goes back and actually, like, you know, just goes with everyone and everything, and maybe they forgive him, maybe Carl lets him live with them. You never really know and everything. I'm sorry, I'm like losing my voice. But yeah, maybe Negan will honestly go back to these communities and everything and be able to live among everyone and everything, which I think would be a really cool ending. And in my opinion, the only other ending besides that, now I think about it, is just either him dying or him going back with everyone else. Because if it just ends with him just back at the house that he was at before, just alone, it would, I don't know, I feel like it's just good in general. We're getting another, like, you know, issue in general. I'm really excited. I think I'm grateful. It's like, you know, the creators, I think that we're just getting another, like, you know, issue. But if it just ends with him going back to the house, I don't know. They could make it cool. Like, I don't know what will happen, but, you know, I feel like either him dying for closure, him maybe dying and, you know, Carl being there and everything, or just everyone being there and everything just to be by his side, or him just going back to the communities and everything to live among. But also, if this does take, like, you know, place during, like, you know, or after, like, issue 193, we have to keep in mind the last time we saw Negan was issue 194 or issue 193, but we didn't get to actually see his face or, like, anything really about him. We just got to see kind of a silhouette of him. So issue 174 is the last time we saw him. Issue 193 without, like, you know, any, like, thing besides a silhouette. So that means in issue 194, you know, he was not young, but he was kind of a bit of, like, you know, a middle-aged adult maybe, or maybe a young adult, more of so middle-aged. And Carl was kind of a bit of a kid, honestly. But then, like, there's a huge time jump from, like, you know, issue 192 to issue 193, and now Carl's a full-blown fucking adult with a full beard, so God knows how, like, old Negan will be. I mean, this cover, he looks pretty young and everything. Maybe by, like, you know, the beard, maybe he could be a little bit older and everything. I don't know. He doesn't look too old, maybe with a bit of the receding hairline. I have no clue. But I feel like we might get a bit of old man Negan, like, really fucking old. But honestly, besides that, there's really nothing else to pick apart from this besides the audience reaction to the announcement. A lot of people were actually fairly pissed off at the fact of getting, like, you know, a new comic besides, you know, some news about the season finale and everything, like a release date or just an update or something big about the season finale or something about the show in general, just whether it was a spin-off or anything, which honestly, I'm hyped either way. Yeah, I really want to know some news. Like, even if it's not a release date for the finale, I at least want to know some news. But I'm still extremely excited for this comic because I'm, like, really into collecting these comics. I'm still building my collection, of course, I think, since I've, like, you know, started reading really late and everything, collecting the comics, so I'm, like, you know, a bit behind, but I have been collecting since, I think, issue 195 or 6, and, like, you know, before that, a little before that and everything, I have some of the special editions, and this will definitely be an amazing like, you know, addition to the, like, my collection, which I do eventually want to do a collection video, because I feel like that would just be fun. But what did we get from this video, or this more so announcement? We will be getting a Negan spin-off exclusive, like, you know, issue only in comic stores. I think 100% of the proceeds will be going to the comic stores on July 1st, and it is a special one-off, meaning only one issue, and we will learn Negan's fate, and we might be getting Old Man Negan, and the title of the issue, or like, the title of the spinoff is Negan Lives, and we might be getting some Old Man Negan, and really, there isn't really anything to decipher from it. But that was really all for today. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below on this announcement. Are you guys actually excited that this, like, it was the announcement or anything, or are you guys a little disappointed? Are you guys gonna pick this up day 1 of release? Are you guys gonna pick it up in general eventually? And what do you guys think in general will happen in the issue? Like, will we see Old Man Negan? Will we have him, like, joining the communities? Will we see him die? And if so, how will he die? Will, like, Carl be by his side? All of these questions. I'll make sure to, like, link the announcement down below in the description so you guys go check it out and everything, and kind of even take a look at the cover yourself and just, like, also get some information on it and everything. That's also a very, like, key thing about this. But I will be reviewing the episode, the issue once I finally get anything, which I'm pretty sure I'll be getting a day 1, which is just awesome because I so can't wait to read this. I've heard, and take this with a massive grain of salt also, I guess this is some information, is that this will be 35 pages. Yet again, take that with a massive grain of salt since it's not confirmed. But yeah, make sure to leave your thoughts down below in the comments and everything, and your theories on what will happen in the issue. And yep, I'll see you guys later, my amigos, and peace out. Okay, so I want to make a few, like, comments or more of so corrections to this video, or just add on a couple more comments that I want to, like, just add, I guess. So it turns out, and I didn't read into this, like, too well before making this video, but I just read into it now. It turns out that the issue will be 36 pages long, which is 1 page more than what I predicted or thought of, but that's still cool in general because it'll be a long issue, which I'm very excited for. Also, I heard someone mention this, is that obviously with, what is going on with Negan's side of the show right now, they pretty much used up all of his story, and pretty much what they would have to do now is either just write unique story to what's not in the comics, which I'm fucking down for, honestly. Some new shit, like, away from the show. Maybe he gets into a relationship with the princess. Maybe he, like, becomes the leader of Alexandria. I don't know. It just some really cool shit, like tons of cool shit that they could write off of. And also I've heard, actually not have heard, but this is kind of more of so a bit of, like, maybe a prediction, but maybe if this comic does well, maybe they might make more of them. I don't know. I doubt it. I strongly doubt it that they'll make more of these. I feel very confident that's a one-off, but maybe if it does well and Robert Kirkman has some more story up his sleeve, then maybe we could have, like, more of these. I'm also very curious, and this is something I just thought of right now. I wonder, because in the back of every Walking Dead issue, there's this kind of place where he, like, puts comments or, like, his own words and everything in the back. I wonder what's gonna be in, like, in the back of that issue. Maybe it'll be a surprise saying, hey, the story continues in Negan Lives #2 or issue #2, which I think would be fucking awesome. And trust me, if that's the case, you'll be hearing from me first, or maybe not, but I think that'd be really cool. Like, I wonder what he would put in the back of that. I guess that's another thing to leave in the comments, what you guys honestly think will be in the back of that. Maybe it'll be something like, oh, we wanted to support the comic shops, anything, which honestly is awesome anyway and everything. Make sure to support your local comic shops during this, but this is just all in general. Like, if we get, like, this as a new series of comics, it'll be fucking awesome. But that's really all.